Today on 60 Minutes, we're here with Alan Moore, the writer of The Swamp Thing. What inspired you to write The Swamp Thing?
Actually, I didn't think of it. It was Len Wein, visual graphic artist. He thought about it while he was on a subway in Queens, and he kept referring it to that swamp thing he was doing. So that's where the title came from.
Feels strange taking over the series.
Not really, because it kind of jump-started my career.
Did you like the fame that came along with it?
Well, no, not at all.
I like how your story was depicted.
Well, yes, in many ways. I liked how throughout the story it wasn't square as you see in the typical kind of graphic novel. It was more artistic and scattered.
What's the comic book industry like when you were writing Swamp Thing?
Well, it was 1982, so the comic industry was booming. I really just wanted to create something that was a well-done horror comic, and it hadn't been done in the way that I'd done it before, and it was very brand new and very nice.
Do you think your version of the Swamp Thing had a lasting effect?
I think it had a lasting effect, just like any other piece of work would. Because it was so different, it made it more famous, but I definitely think that it got outshined by Watchmen.
Thank you so much for coming out today. We learned so much.
No problem.
Now let's give a nice warm welcome to Abby Cable.
Woo!
Abby, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
So Abby, after all these years, how do you think your relationship was with the Swamp Thing?
I could tell you there was never a dull moment between the Swamp Thing and the Floronic Man. I was always kept on my toes.
How did you manage to juggle having your husband and the Swamp Thing involved in your life?
Well, I have to admit it was hard to balance between my husband's episodes and us fighting. I guess that drove me to my relationship with the Swamp Thing.
Do you think your relationship with the Swamp Thing put you in danger or kept you away from it?
Well, I think he did both, but he did end up saving me from every single situation. If it wasn't for him, the Floronic Man would have never been creative, but he did save me and the entire world. But I don't even want to think about what would have happened if he wasn't there to kill the Etrigan, the monster who transformed from everyone's fear. So I guess all in all, he did save me. I owe my life.
Thank you so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it.
Stop, it's my pleasure.
Alright, after the break, we're going to be back with the Floronic Man, and we're going to ask him a few questions.
Are you a green monster having trouble with love? You're green!
No need to bring race into this!
Right way and a wrong way to love. This is the wrong way.
Ew! Baby, I love you!
This is the right way. Green, and you're having relationship troubles, eHarmony is the place for you. So please, join us.
We are now back with the Floronic Man, also known as Dr. Woodrow.
Great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Alright, I just have a few questions for you. Alright, my first question is, what is your reasoning for researching Alec Holland?
Well, at first I was forced to by Sunderland Industries, but as I researched more and more, I started to fall more in love with this little thing called the Swamp Thing. Now I want to be it. That's all I want to be.
Now let me ask you, what does it feel like to no longer be a human?
I feel one with nature. And hear what the forest wants me to do.
So why did you feel the need to kill the human race?
It wasn't my idea. The forest told me to do it. Once I saw my babies getting killed, I had to step in and do something about it.
I'd like to say thank you for spending time with me today and answering a few questions.
Anytime.
Are you tired of your orange flesh? Try FlexiFlesh, the only type of spray that turns you from Floronic to humanic.
In just one short spray, you can change your skin from orange to average.
Ooh.
Yeah! FlexiFlesh.
Yeah.
Now we're here with the one and only Swamp Thing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How did you feel when you first found out you weren't human?
At first, it was very hard to accept. I mean, all my life I believed I was human, and then finding out that you're not a human, but just an inferior creature, it was very hard to bear and to take in.
After finding out about your true being, how did you plan on living your life as the creature you are?
Well, all my life I believed that I was a man, and even after finding out that I was not, I still longed to have humanity, to be like everyone else. So, knowing that I will never be a man, to be what I want to be most, I decided to retreat to my home, where this creature was born, in the swamps of southern Louisiana, where I can be at one with nature. It was my only free choice left that I had in this life.
Did you find peace living that way, being one with nature?
Well, I did for a short while, but not very long though. I guess creatures like me were never meant to live in peace.
It's been a few years since your transformation. Have you come to terms with it yet?
Well, to be honest, I still want to be human, and I think I always will, just like everyone else in this world. But time does heal all wounds, and I think that one day I will finally be at peace at last.
Thank you for coming out and answering a few questions for us today on the show.
No problem, anytime. But now I must leave. Swamp calls me.
Thank you for watching, and join us next time on 60 Minutes.